Welcome back to the tower, and today we are doing the modules guide. So the modules are additional mechanics in the game. That's equipment items that can be equipped in 4 slots. Each slot is responsible for specific type of upgrades. Circle 1 are attack upgrades, so by default it will give you the tower damage, and effects that can be rolled on that type of slot will be for attack upgrades. Triangle is for the utility upgrades, so the basic stat will be the coin bonus, and effects that can be rolled will be for utility upgrades. Square is defense, so basically tower health as a main stat, and effects that will help you with the defense upgrades. Those can be really important, we'll talk about that in a second. And the last one, I think it's called rhomboid, I'm not sure. Basically ultimate weapon slot. Here you will get ultimate weapon damage bonus by default and bonus to your ultimate weapons for the effects. You can get the new modules by taking out the bosses during your runs. I haven't pulled any of the modules on this account yet, and we have plenty of those already. But this way you can get only the basic modules without the unique effect. Unique effects modules can be only pulled through the summons, through the gacha mechanics. Let's try to do that and see what do we get. Probably nothing. There we go. Oh yeah, we got one. Oh, that's nice. We got lucky. So unique effect on the module has a special effect that will trigger when the module is equipped, and some of those are really important. We'll talk about that at the end of the video, about all of them, so you will know what to expect. And yeah, those things can be obtained only using the summons, and summons cost the same as the card, 20 per module and 200 per 10 summons. And the difference that the cards can have limited amount of summons, so once you max the card, it cannot be pulled anymore. The modules is a totally different story. You can get the same module over and over, so chance of getting the epic modules is still pretty low. There is a pity mechanic, so if you are unlucky for 150 purchases, you will be guaranteed to get an epic module. Otherwise, the chance to get one is 2.5%, which is, well, not that high. Chance to get the boss drops from the enemies is 2% for the common modules and 0.5% for the rare modules. So yeah, the modules have different rarity, and the basic ones that are being dropped from the enemies are really useful for the new players because, well, the common ones can be discarded straight away, they are pretty useless, but the rare ones can be upgraded quite high in order to give you that specific bonus that they give, because it can be the most beneficial for the new players. Again, the additional effects helps, but most of those will be not as important for the newer players, and additional effects helps quite a lot, but they can be rolled, while most unique effects are not that useful for the new players. Moreover, in order to upgrade them, you will need to get more copies of the same module, so that makes it even harder, while you can farm the rare modules. So the way to go is to actually use the rare modules and upgrade them as you go, and then when you are ready, when you have most of your common cards full, and all the cards pulled, so basically when your card is pretty much in a good shape, you can start pulling the modules, because at that stage they will be useful. Early game, investing into the cards will be better. By the way, check out the cards guide, it should be somewhere here, where I talked about the most useful cards, tier list. So yeah, by equipping the modules, you will get additional stats and additional effects that can be rolled using the, how are those things called? Reroll shards. And the higher level of your module, the more of those effects will be unlocked. When you reroll the effect, rarity will be dependent on the rarity of the module you pull in, so rare modules can get only the rare sub-effects. And here are the chances of getting them when you roll in. So basically, epic ones is 10%, legendary 2.5%, mythic is 1%, and ancestral is 0.3%. Most of us won't be getting there anytime soon anyway, right? Let's pull some more modules and see what do we get. Oh my god, we're getting the common ones. That's like the worst. So the common modules are pretty useless because for the merge mechanics, they cannot be used, so you need a rare or higher module. That's why I would advise turning on auto shatter for new common modules, because they are here only for that reason. Let's get rid of them. Those shards can be used to upgrade the modules. But first, let's talk about merging modules. Merging is a process of increasing the module rarity. It follows the normal gacha mechanics of other games I've played. So basically, there are several tiers, and in order to get to the higher tier, you will need copies of the same module. Early on, at the rare, to get the rare plus, you will need 2 copies of the same module. From rare plus to epic, you will need 2 rare plus of the same type of weapon. So for the circle ones, you will need 2 circle rare plus modules. So you can see here that the higher you go, the more copies of the same module you will need. In order to get to epic plus, you need epic and a copy of the same epic module. So you will need to do a lot of merging for that. From epic plus to, I think it's, what's the rarity? Legendary, I think. You will need 2 epic plus modules and so on and so on. So you can see it over here. It's pretty self-explanatory and it's really hard to get. Interesting point here that in order to get the ancestral module, you will need 1 mythic plus and 2 exact copies of the same module on epic plus rarity. So it doesn't require you to get more mythic or legendary ones. That's pretty good. Although it's still pretty slow and expensive, so it will take forever to build those up. There is also an auto merge button that works in most cases. So if you have a lot of modules that are farmed through your run, you can do that in order to make it automatic. But honestly, sometimes it's not that best. If you're aiming for specific module that you want to level up, for example, you are using Solar Dyson Sphere as your main module and you want to level that one up, you need to make copies of that module as stated on this picture. So you will need 2 copies to get it to a rare plus. That's okay, but then you will need an epic copy. And in order to get an epic copy, you will need to follow the same process with another of those. So sometimes it might be not the best, but most times it works well. By the way, there is no significant difference between any of the rare modules. You can take any of them. They have the same effects. It doesn't matter what the name is. Just pick one and go with it. Since the special effects, unique effects work only on Epic Plus unique modules, and those, well, those are hard to get. You won't miss them. Of course, higher rarity modules will give you higher basic bonus for the specific slot. So you can see here that Epic one is giving us 1.13 ultimate weapon damage, while the normal one gives us 1.06. So we are getting like twice more for that. So upgrading the modules to the higher rarity makes sense. Now let's talk about upgrading modules. Upgrading modules cost coins and the module shard that you get for dismantling the modules. That will increase the module level that is limited by the module rarity and the basic bonus over here. So that will help you to get a bit more health, a bit more tower damage, a bit more tower health, and a bit more ultimate weapon damage. I would advise focusing on the coin bonus first, then on the tower health, then on the damage, then on the ultimate weapon damage. But honestly, the bonuses of the coins should be the most useful for all the players because it's farming speed. So yeah, there is a limit of 300 modules that you can hold, so shatter them from time to time and merge, otherwise you might not get any more modules. So now let's talk about the strategy and then we'll move on to the unique effects of the modules. The strategy for the newer players will be getting those rare modules and keep farming your whatever tier you are farming, getting the drops. That will allow you to get more of those and they can be leveled up to, I don't know, to, I think, legendary. I'm not entirely sure. Let me check. Rare can be merged to legendary plus only, so that's pretty high. And in my 6 months of playing the game, I never managed to get even the legendary, I think. So it's a long process and you will be okay with the rare for a while. Later on, they can be used as a fodder for your module that you would like to get to the mythic, so it's not a waste, they can be used. Moreover, later on you will get the ability to break down the modules. That way you will get the shards and the resources invested back, so you will not waste all that money and things that you spent on them. So do not worry, if you will dismantle one of those, you will get the resources back as well, so they will still be useful later in the game. And yeah, in the process you will just upgrade them. So that's what we noobs do before we will be able to get our hands on some pretty cool Nexus. Oh, almost forgot one thing. You would like to reroll the effects from time to time, especially when you get to the next rarity. And the most important thing here for me, what I think like the most important thing, is this defensive module. We'll have to rely to the wiki for that. Here we can get something that's called, where is it? Thorn damage on epic rarity. So once your defense module reached epic rarity, you would like to reroll for thorn damage bonus. That will give you 2% more thorn damage, so on top of your 50, that will allow you to one-shot. So on top of your 99% thorns, that will allow you to one-shot normal enemies and two-shot bosses. That's a significant boost for your defensive build, whatever it is. If you're still running the turtle, I don't know why, or your blender build, that will push you forward so much. As for the rest of the modules, for the cannon submodules that work for attack, I advise working on the attack speed, and maybe, and honestly, everything else doesn't matter that much. Maybe the crit chance might work, but yeah, attack speed is the main thing for early game here. For the generator, you would like to try to pull coins per kill bonus. That will give you multiplier for coins, and I like the package chance quite a lot. It unlocks at epic rarity as well, so more packages will be spawned and you will be able to use them for yourself for better healing, although it's not that significant. Enemy level skips are good as well for the longer waves, but overall, basically, you would like to focus on the coins here. For the core submodule for the ultimate weapons, depending on what you have, honestly, but most of the players would like to have some golden tower bonus, and maybe duration, maybe a bit bigger black hole. But the thing is, most of those unlocked at epic or even legendary quality, which is really hard to get for the new players. So for a while, it will just be there doing its thing. So yeah, now let's move on to the advanced tactics for the advanced players. This is a territory where you guys probably know more than me. This is a beginner's guide. So all those submodule effects work only for the beginners. Once you are past the blender stage and you have those unique modules with unique effects, of course, things will change. But for the newer players, you don't need to worry about that, because by the time you'll get there, you will know most of the things about the game. It will take you more than half a year, goddammit. But yeah, if you like it to pull something that works for you, for example, this Multiverse Nexus will be really useful for the players who are in the process of syncing their Golden Tower with their Black Hole and can add the Death Wave into the mix. It will sync all those ultimate weapons and add 20 seconds to the cooldown, but if your cooldowns are not synced even partially, that will help you out so much. I think it will even help if they are partially synced. I'm not sure, I need to take a look. Yeah, I think it will not be that useful at this stage of the game, because the cooldown starts at 5 minutes, and without it, the cooldown will be 5 minutes for Golden Tower and 3:20 for Black Hole. So I'm not sure. We need your professional opinion on that, because I have no idea. I never thought that I will pull it ever. So now let's talk about the unique modules with the unique effects. There is a list of those on the wiki. You can check it yourself. The link in the video description and the pinned comment. I won't read through them. I will just point out the ones that I kind of found interesting for each category. For the cannons, I think Beam Annihilator is the best, because it will increase amount of super criticals, but it's not that useful for defensive builds anyway. For the armor, either negative mass projectors for the orb build or wormhole redirector for healing with health regen, percentage of your additional health bar from the recovery packages. That should be pretty cool. But it recovers only 25%, but depends on your build, basically, and your stage in the game. For the generators, I think Galaxy Compressor is the best, because it will lower the cooldown of your ultimate weapons every time you collect the recovery package. Or Black Hole Digester seems pretty cool. I never heard about it before being used anywhere, but it seems to increase farming quite a lot. Temporary get percentage extra coins per kill bonus for each free upgrade you got on the current wave. Ah, I know why, because it's only for the current wave. Free upgrades cannot increase the tower range. I thought it's like cumulative through the run. Not so good. And of course, obviously, Multiverse Nexus is really useful when you are just syncing out your ultimate weapons. OM chip is nice, so Spotlight will focus the boss all the time. Everything else is kind of okay as well, like those are the best ones, I think, but it depends on your ultimate weapons and your current build. So yeah, that's what we have for the modules. It takes a while to build up your module collection, even through farming. It will take forever for you to get one of those to legendary. So just go here, upgrade. Don't forget that during reroll you can lock one of the options if you like it too much. That will increase the price of the reroll. Each lock will increase the price significantly, so the more locks you have, the more shards you will need for the reroll, so you will have to take out more bosses to get those shards. And all that info is on the Game Vault wiki anyway, so you can read that yourself. But yeah, basically take it slow, don't rush, don't spend your diamonds on it, don't spend your gems on it. That will be a bad idea. And yeah, let me know in the comments if I missed something. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to promote the video in YouTube algorithm. I would appreciate that quite a lot. Check out the Tower Alternate Wiki on Game Vault, the playlist with the rest of the videos and all other stuff that will be in the video description and the pinned comment as well. And thank you very much for watching. It's been Stan Kosh. Have a good one. Bye.